Yeah, I appreciate it. Gosh, we tend to make things harder than they need to be, and it's I'm waiting for us to do the St. Thomas thing again, where hey, just everything continues to click because you know that at halftime it could have very easily been 21, 28-7, and we could have really been rolling there. But tribute to our team. Tribute to this guy. Just every time we trot him out there, we know we're getting three, which is really huge. And I was actually pumping Finn up to one of the recruits, ahead of time. He's a junior, in town, and it's like I was like, watch 90. You're really gonna like how he plays. And sure enough, like on cue, I think very first play or second play, TFL, and he's kind of the catalyst to that defense. The defense has been just so lights out. These past 7 games. I mean, we've won 7 in a row now, and it's 100%. They're a huge factor of that, and how they're playing, and then Shane being as automatic as he has, and so we're excited, obviously, about sharing the title. And my daughters are in the back, and we always talk about how it's good to share, but these guys, they're not interested in that. They know that there's still some unfinished business to do. We still have better football to play, and we still want to win this thing outright and get to the next step. So we're excited for the opportunity and really happy for the team.
Finn, you talk about the defense's effort again today. Another total, complete game from start to finish again from the defense.
Yeah, we've been relentless all year. I think I remember Ty Radica, who was out this past game, gave a speech before the Morehead State game, which is our first conference win, to start the streak. And it was just to be relentless was the main message. And if you look across the board, we finished with more people around the ball than any other team in our conference. And that shows when we let up 14 points, and they got them in a unique way, but 67 passing yards, that's relentless right there. So give a credit to the whole unit. We've been relentless all year, and that's why we're winning games.
You were relentless too. We have you down for 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Still hungry. We may go back and look at the stats. A little bit more there too for you. But just talk about what's been working for you, and then obviously it's a team effort, but you've been able to basically just stay in the backfield.
Yeah. Look, when everyone does their job, someone gets open. It happened to be me today. So it's a defensive effort. The back end was lights out, 67 passing yards. That's a group effort. That's not just one player. So I think they deserve a lot of credit. And I think just the way our mentality on defense is really what showed, and that's why it equated to this.
And then Shane, just talk about your consistency and your teammates having the belief in you, consistently throughout the year, and then obviously knocking in 3 big difference-making field goals today.
Yeah, I think we've come a long way as a field goal unit as a whole, just finding some consistency in the whole operation and the protection and everything, which is good to see, and then makes my job pretty easy to just go out there and kick, knowing that everything else is going to be there. So shout out to Brett and Woody, and they're doing a great job, and I just really appreciate them and just having the trust from everyone to keep making them. So.
When you line up for, a quote-unquote, longer field goal, 45-plus, today you made a 48-yarder, kind of take us through that process when you're going out there.
You just treat it the same as all the other ones. I haven't had any this year where I've had to change what I do, but sometimes you do that. I'm not going to say you don't, but every other one is just you do the same thing over and over again. You've practiced it, you do it throughout the week. You make these kicks before, so it's just the same thing. And you can't let just because it's a long field, you can't let that get to you. So it's just what I try to do, stay consistent.
For sure.
So we talked a little bit about you being in the backfield. I think 5 tackles for loss was the number. Just what's clicking?
When we get players in chase positions, so that our defense really likes to do that, keep our defensive ends crashing down. And we had a lot of opportunities today. They would go zone away, and we just are able to chase down, and that's why that numbers of it is. They gave us sort of what we wanted, actually.
Also, from a defensive standpoint, can you talk about that last Presbyterian drive, the scoring drive? Mm-hmm. Obviously helped out a little bit by Laundry on the field, but yeah. Just what's going through your guys' head as a defensive unit, kind of back on when they're knocking on the door like that in the tight game?
So one thing I think our defense is really good about, we don't lose faith. So if you look at last week at Marist, we had to stop in the exact same fashion, and they would have tied the game. So essentially they scored. It didn't end up winning them the game or tying it, but our mentality is they're not, even if they're down on the 4-yard line, I mean, we're going to bring it every play, and it worked last week, and quite frankly, we could have gotten them this week, but they got the better half, so give them credit.
Shane, you're one of the seniors that was honored before the game. Maybe kind of take us through those emotions, going before the game, and then, kind of knowing this, could be the last game here at Drake Stadium for you.
Yeah, I think for me, really, I'm undecided of what I'm going to do yet, so I could be back. But I think just speaking for the rest of the guys, like, obviously it's a cool moment to be able to recognize for all the hard work you put in, and then for the guys bringing their family and getting to share that with the team. It's good for them, and it's good for us to see, like, there's obviously these people behind the people that we see every day that we don't get to see that make them who they are. So getting to see them is good for everyone, and it's just a good team bonding moment, and I think we responded really well to today.
Following up on that, I know you're getting ready to jump in. Coach, can you just talk about this senior class?
Yeah, I keep thinking of, I don't know if you guys have seen The Wolf of Wall Street, and I'm not leaving.
Not leaving. That might be the case for a few different guys.
I know. I kind of want to reenact that with a couple of these guys that walked today. But I mean, gosh, it's one of those moments that as a coach, it's why you do it. It's what they've gone through, coming in as 18-year-olds that are kind of trying to figure it all out to now here they are at the end of their career. It's very bittersweet. So for me, the bitter part of it is that pretty soon I don't get to see them every day, and that does make me sad. It's beyond the plays that they make on the field. It's just them just being genuinely good people. I mean, my 2 daughters are in the back, and I love that they get to be around them, on a consistent basis. But the sweet part is that I know that this world is getting an unbelievable product when they leave. They are going to, all these guys, when they get done playing here, they're gonna take the world by storm. I mean, they're gonna change the game. They're gonna make an impact. They're gonna be the best in their class. They're gonna be world class. And all you gotta do is just look at the history of what's gone through here. And you talk to a Drake football alum, and it's a guy that's doing it the right way. It's a guy that's living the best life. And so for me, that's the sweet part about it, is that, yeah, it's a bummer that I don't get to see them every day, but I know they're going to be just fine. And I know that they know that we're always going to be rooting for them. So they may not be getting sacks or scoring touchdowns or anything like that for us, but we're always going to be cheering for them in the background. And so now, instead of points and TFLs, it's marriages, it's families, it's promotions, it's cool life things, and that's what makes this place so great.
So, you always say you're celebrate this for 24 hours.
Yeah.
You'll do that, but at 7-0, kind of take us through kind of what the mindset and plan is going to be going into next week at Butler. Obviously, a place that is never easy to win, and just kind of go through what worked today to get to 7-0, one in a different way again, and going into that final week.
Yeah, we're not going to change anything. I mean, there's still a game to be played. There's still a game that we want to win, and regardless of what's at stake, our guys know that, hey, we're a team that finishes. We're a team that is not going to be denied. That's very evident as you watched us play. And seeing us go on this winning streak, they're a team. We're a team that, we're going to do whatever it takes. And so for us, it's celebrate for 24 hours, enjoying the win that we've gotten, and then when we see each other again tomorrow, it's back to business. Let's fix the errors that we had. Let's continue to encourage one another and stay positive with one another, and then let's rest and recover. This season's been a grind a little bit, with some of the travel and some of the physicality of some of the games we've played. But I think our guys know that, hey, this is we want to continue to play. We want to continue to go on this streak, and we want to give our seniors some bonus ball. And so how do we do that? Is we take care of business again, and it starts tomorrow when we come back.